Hi, this is Brett from the Sauna Detox with Niacin Facebook group. Today we are going to review celebration saunas. It will not be a celebration though, because I don't have good news about these saunas. So the deal is there are several things you can look for in a sauna that are really important. For those of you on YouTube, I run the largest sauna detox Facebook group, detoxification group in the world, and the first thing you want to look for in a sauna just to tell if it's one of the just cheap big box ones that you see made in China from all the same factories that uses cheap floor panels that aren't even designed for the proper wavelength for saunas, is if the panels go all the way up the wall. Now, why would they go all the way up the wall? Well, they shouldn't, because what happens is if it goes above your shoulders, it's completely wasted energy because infrared does not penetrate the skull. It only penetrates the skin. And so anything above that is a total waste. And so what happens is, imagine you have a 200-watt panel and say half of it is above your shoulders when you're sitting down. Well, you've wasted half of the infrared. And not only have you wasted half the infrared, but what's happened is these panels, which are 200 watts, now instead of getting to a good 200 degrees and giving you a good wavelength, now what happens is they're at 160 degrees. And so it not only is it less power, but it's less actual temperature. So it's affecting the wavelength. So when you see a sauna like this, as soon as you see that the panels go all the way up the wall, you know that they're not using panels that are designed for saunas. They're just using the cheap Asian floor panels that are designed for floor heaters in Asia. And so you just move on. You just walk away. That's it. Next. Now, if you want to know more about why I wouldn't recommend this sauna, I'm happy to share that. And so a couple other things you want to look at is the first thing you want to make sure of with a sauna is you want to make sure that it doesn't have any EMFs. Now, words do not mean anything in the sauna world. People can say it's magic and they can say it's low EMF and that blah, 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 blah. And that's all it is. It's just sales talk. It means nothing. You have no obligation whatsoever. I can tell you, in our Sauna Detox with Niacin Facebook group, I've seen so many people that bought these, quote, low EMF saunas, and they got them home and they tested them after spending thousands of dollars. And then they get their tri-field meter out and they test it and it's off the charts and they're just shocked. And it's like, well, it said low EMF on the website. And I'm like, yeah, they lie. That's just the way they roll. So this means nothing. And if they're using these cheap Asian floor panels, like, why, if they don't even care about using the right panels, why would they care about EMFs? They only do it for marketing purposes. So I can just tell you from experience of almost 10,000 people in the group tell me about their saunas, 99% chance this is high EMF. Where's the independent certification for their EMF? Like any legitimate company is going to have that. They don't have it. They don't have any certifications. Okay, so let's see what else. And then look at their Jupiter 6-person sauna. Now, the infrared, they're the black panels that you can see. That's the black part. That's light. Light actually comes from those. Now, it's invisible light. It's slightly outside your ability to see, but it's still light. So if you put a bunch of slats, now this here isn't a bad design as far as the slats. As far as the height, it's a horrible design. But look at the slats on this one. Like 60% of the panels blocked with slats. Now, why would they do that? Because they don't care. They're just selling saunas. They don't give a rip. They do not care at all. So this is just another sauna company that's manufacturing them from the same 3 factories in China that make 90% of saunas. They just pop a new label on it, make a slight variation in the look, and then they rebrand it, and then they sell these junk high EMF saunas. And the other thing is what about the glues and the plastics and the toxins? I mean, here you're sitting in this unventilated container with all your pores open. You're breathing deeply because you're sweating. It's hot. And you're just soaking in those toxins from the glues, the plastic on the controller that's on the inside as well. And the wiring even has plastic coating on it. And not to say that that's always bad, but it depends on what quality of materials they're using. And I can tell you the fact that these are just cheap bottom of the barrel saunas that are using Asian floor panels. Like, what a waste. Like, this is going to be loaded with toxins and 99% chance it's going to be loaded with EMFs. And even if it wasn't, you're not getting much infrared at all. So Like, why would you choose this sauna? It just seems totally preposterous to me. So I'm independent. I don't work for any company. I just tell the truth because I have accountability in my Facebook group. Thousands and thousands of people who rely on my recommendation. And not only they rely on it, but they post when they get the sauna that I recommend, they post in the group about whether what I said was true or not. And they'll post our EMF meter saying, yep, it's low EMF. And the multiple chemical sensitivity people will be like, yes, the first sauna I got in that didn't bother me because there weren't any toxins in it. So to learn more, if you're on YouTube, to learn more, go to the link below in the description of the video here, and you will see my Facebook group. And I give tons of information about saunas. Not only that, but I'll teach you how with niacin, with like a $4 bottle of niacin, you can detoxify 5 times faster in the sauna. Now, there's some special ways, amounts you have to take and timing and that sort of thing, but you can actually detoxify 5 times faster. So you're obviously getting a sauna to detoxify. So check out my group. And then once you're in my group, then just message me. And I keep up to date on which saunas are legit and which ones aren't, which ones have toxins, which ones don't, which ones have low EMFs, which ones don't, because I get feedback from thousands of people in my group. So join my group, send me a message, and I will let you know what's up in the saunas. So thanks for listening, and please hit that nice little like button because I have such a nice voice. That really does help if you do hit the like button. And then join us over on Facebook. Join our group. Okay, so I'm trying to make this